swag of a prize fighter. The antithesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is, did David Benavidez do enough to earn a shot at Canelo Alvarez? We're going to take a listen to what David Benavidez had to say, and then we'll discuss it. So here's what David Benavidez had to say. This video appears courtesy of Fight Hub TV. Subscribe to Fight Hub TV.
I'm very satisfied. I feel like as Canelo Alvarez, he needs these fights. You know, a big fighter like me. This is definitely a really big fight. You know, as you can see, as me and Caleb playing was a huge fight. You know, so I think it'd be huge pay-per-view numbers. And I mean, let's just take it back to fighting, man. I mean, I want to prove myself. Canelo's proved himself, but I feel like he needs to give me the opportunity too. And it's not like I'm begging for something. I've been mandatory for the past 2 fights, so it's something I've earned. You know, and especially after this fight, I showed that I belong to be. I deserve to be in there. You know, I wasn't really getting hit as much. You know, I mean, my defense was good. I thought Caleb Plant was faster, so I was really countering, and I was using my head movement and defense good. I know I could get better, but I feel like the only fight that people want to see in super middleweight is me versus Canelo. So let's give it to him.
All right, so that's what David Benavidez had to say. Victorious GEE. What's your reaction? Do you think he did enough to earn a shot at Canelo?
Yeah, of course. I mean, to me personally, the real question is, do you think Benavidez could beat Canelo? But in this question, does he earn the shot? Of course he earned the shot with that performance. You know, like, for one, it's like, yeah, I understand he didn't knock out Plant, but he punished Plant, you know, like, and so, like, to me, Plant looked worse after this fight than what he looked after his fight with Canelo. So, you know, like, this dude Plant, his ear was swollen, son. I was like, whoa, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, my man looked like he had a little tumor on the back of his head. Like, he was busted up. His chest looked like he got shot up by a shotgun. You know, like, he looked messed up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, of course, man, Benavidez earns a shot with Canelo. And, you know, let's just keep it real. I know my co-host say when I say this, I believe Canelo's been ducking my man Benavidez for a long time. You know, several people done called Canelo out about that. You know what I'm saying? Including the great Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Salute to him for also calling it out. Even Oscar's like, yo, he has to give Benavidez a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to see this. The streets is begging for this fight.
You realize you just quoted 2 people who have a bone to pick with Canelo.
So what? You know what I'm saying?
Just saying. You didn't pick the most objective people in the world to quote. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, all I'm saying is this. Salute to Canelo, though. I seen the interview where they asked Canelo, like, yo, will you fight the winner? He said, yo, his mind is on Bivol, but if the Bivol rematch does not happen, he'll fight the winner. So, salute to Canelo, man. Canelo, he claims he's down to fight. So let's make this happen. And this is huge for Mexico. This is going to be a huge fight. You know, like, win, lose, draw. Salute to Boxing Bros Mexico. It's going to be a successful event. You know, like, honestly, I wish I could be there, to be honest. You know, like, and that's another thing I wanted to show, I wanted to acknowledge. Like, Plant didn't even seem like the A side last night. Benavidez had the audience, bro. Like, the whole crowd was cheering for this dude. So, salute to Benavidez, man. Like, after this victory, I'm hoping now it's like you can't even deny the kid. He has the fan base. You know, he has a great performance. Hopefully, they can negotiate something with the zone or what have you to make this happen. Me personally, I think it should be in Mexico, but maybe Canelo wants to do it in Vegas. Who knows? But nonetheless, just make it happen, man. But he earned that shot. I don't know if I'm comfortable enough right now to say Benavidez will beat Canelo, but definitely they're gonna have to make it happen.
TBE.
Yes. Does David Benavidez need a shot versus Canelo? Yeah, at this point, yes, he does. Canelo Plant knocked out Darrell. And I'm not gonna be mad at this fight, but I'm gonna just say this and say this now. Benavidez, Coco Man, Coco Bear. That's your new nickname, Coco Bear. Are you ready? Are you ready for what's the feat that's in front of you? Can you handle the punishment Canelo could put on you? Pause. That sounded crazy. But can you handle? Are you ready? Are you think? Don't laugh, please. Mute your mics, you guys. Don't laugh.
My bad.
I'm cooking. I'm chefing up. But I'm just saying, Canelo is a different beast. Yes, he lost to Bivol, whatever. But I feel Benavidez, we haven't seen much of you against elite opponents. Caleb Plant was your first, since you lost your belt from certain instances, my bad. But I feel you really have to study. You really have to train. What I saw last night against Plant, it was more like a brawler type of fight. It was more like you're bringing the fight to him. And can you really do that to a Canelo? I don't think so. But if you want Canelo, I'm gonna tell you train for it. Really study his fights. What's up, G?
I'm just saying. Bivol, I done heard Bivol himself said he had 2 great training camps with Benavidez. Like, he gives Benavidez his credit. So it's not like Benavidez is like a slouch. You know what I'm saying? Like, the dude is the real deal. Now,
So
I agree with you. He's not fighting.
Send him in there.
Guys,
Screw it. You don't need no training camps. Just get off the couch and go fight Canelo. All right, Benavidez, take your break and go fight Canelo. That's what I'm saying. If he had
Canelo that made that decision, it's not Benavidez, bro.
Bivol beat Canelo. So if he had 2 great training camps against Benavidez, he could, which from real logic or my logic, he could.
God. When you talk, what? Yo,
never mind.
Canelo's the A side. Canelo dictates who he's fighting. It ain't Benavidez could be like, yo, now that I beat Plant, I demand you fight and it's gonna happen.
You're not demand. Is there not a ranking system in these because Canelo holds all the belts? It's not Benavidez is not number 2 or number 1 for contendership in any of these belts.
He is. He's the mandatory for the WBC.
All right, cool. So he's gonna have to see Canelo.
Nah, yo.
Do you think belts matter? Canelo's already undisputed. Most of the time, once a champion becomes undisputed, they vacate certain belts anyway because they've already accomplished the status, and everyone's already going to see them as the guy. So you can't force Canelo to fight anyone. He can just vacate the belt if he didn't want to fight.
Yo, I could have sworn I've read on Twitter. Hold on, I gotta find it because they're trying to say Canelo's not gonna be his next fight. They want Benavidez to fight whoever's the mandatory for another belt. Those 2 dudes, whoever wins, then they get to go up against Canelo. But I'll find it. Just give me a second. It was what's that dude? Michael Vincent. Yeah, he put it. He said it on Twitter, and I was just like, what? And I just forgot to bring it up. But,
I know you're talking about. You're talking about David, the David David Morrow. I think.
Yeah, it was somebody who said that, and I was just like, damn, that's true. That's fact.
Huh?
I don't know if they were ordering it or they were saying that they might do that while Canelo fights Bivol, so that way. But yeah, look, go ahead, TB. You got it.
Yeah, I'm saying Benavidez did enough to earn his title shot at Canelo, but he was a former champion that got stripped, But David, if you're gonna fight Canelo, you gotta make sure you're on point because Canelo's not a Plant. He's not a Darrell. He's not any of the opponents you face. He's honestly, Canelo will run through all the opponents you faced, and he's shown that. So, David, if you're gonna come in here and you think you're gonna take on a Canelo, and you want to come out of Canelo, you have to be at your peak. You have to be at your best of your best, and you gotta stay at the best of your best because that's what Canelo does. He practices perfection, and that's all.
So to answer the question directly, did he earn the shot? Yes, but not just the fact that he's the WBC mandatory. All right, go ahead, G.
Found it. Yeah. So Michael Benson said WBA president Gilberto Mendoza has suggested that WBC mandatory David Benavidez should face WBA mandatory David Morrell next, with the winner to then challenge Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO super middleweight world titles. So it was a suggestion.
Yeah, of course he suggested it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think, yeah, he suggested it, but who knows? You know what I was gonna say was I do think he earned the shot, but not just because he's the WBC mandatory. Because as you know, the WBC gives those things out. They WBCs, you know, whatever. But he beat Caleb Plant, and Caleb Plant is a tough fighter. Caleb Plant is a skilled fighter. He did it on pay-per-view. And as G pointed out, the crowd was pro Benavidez. Like the crowd was pretty much pro Mexico. So, but that lets you know, because if you look at it throughout the night, the Mexican fighters were getting all the love. So that shows you Benavidez brought him out. So the fact that Benavidez brought him out, go ahead.
I forgot. I gotta add this. Another reason why Benavidez is owed this fight. Now, y'all may disagree, but walk with me on this. Benavidez got his WBC title stripped because he didn't make weight during COVID, which was understandable. He was fighting in a bubble. Mad gyms were closed. So they should have gave that dude grace. But instead, they took his belt and gave it to Canelo. So that's even more reason why Canelo owes that man a fight. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Katie.
Don't let too much of that play, homie, because
what are you doing, man?
You could have had it set up so it's already at the part. You let all this beat rock. They're going to claim the
video. Thank you, DJ Ned. I was smart. Now we're gonna get flagged. Got you. You know
I know. Congratulations. Now he owns our video. So congratulations. I hope it was worth it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So getting back to it.
What with this kid, yeah? And he's still trying to edit. He's still, Ned, please don't play that again, man. Please. You know what I mean? Oh, this guy.
All right, getting back to this.
This is Ned multitasking, everyone. You know?
Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. God. All right, so back to it. I think he also showed that he has commercial appeal, David Benavidez, and I would like to see the pay-per-view numbers. But if the pay-per-view numbers are solid, especially for the fact that he was fighting Caleb Plant and people saw it, I think Canelo may want to reconsider going into an immediate rematch with Bivol, or not immediate rematch, but going in or making the rematch with Bivol his next fight, because it may be more lucrative to face David Benavidez. Because he beat Caleb Plant, he did it in impressive fashion. If he puts up good numbers, you're going to have a huge Mexico fan base that's going to be watching that fight. So Mexico will be watching it. You have the United States that's going to be interested in that fight. You have the UK that's going to be interested in that fight. It's going to be a huge fight. So I think Benavidez may be the more lucrative option now based on the way he performed and the fact that the crowd was there for Benavidez last night. So I think Benavidez is looking like a really good option. And this only highlights the point that we've been trying to make for the longest time. Instead of sitting around hoping to punch your ticket and win the lottery by getting a Canelo Alvarez fight, Fight someone good and put yourself in position to be a lucrative option for him. I now think David Benavidez is a better option than all the others. David Benavidez is a better option than Jamal Charlo. It's a better option than Demetrius Andrade. He's obviously a better option than Plant because he just beat Plant. He's a better option than all these other guys hovering around looking to get a fight with Canelo because of what he did last night. Now, Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo, imagine if they got together, did a pay-per-view fight, and one of them won in spectacular fashion. Imagine how they would rise and increase their stock and how much more people would demand to see them against Canelo Alvarez. So Benavidez did all the right things, WBC mandatory, boosted his profile. I think it'll be a commercial success based on what he did last night. And the only fight for me that I would give Canelo a pass on is Bivol after this John Ryder fight, is Bivol because he's trying to get some get back. Otherwise, I think he should take Benavidez because to me, that's the most logical choice.
So I forgot. Benavidez, if I can't get the Canelo fight next, he should just take the Charlo fight. That'll be another huge payday for Benavidez.
Exactly. If that's a fight Charlo's willing to make. Remember they had that little so that's another bad blood type of fight they could sell.
That'll sell.
That would sell. And that's what I mean. Instead of sitting around waiting to hit the lottery ticket with Canelo, boost your own profile. And Benavidez done that. He got a little taste of it. You're right, Benavidez. If you can't get Canelo, try to get Charlo. If you can't get Charlo, try to get Andrade. Keep getting these guys, and you keep taking them out. People gonna start looking at Canelo like kind of like how they looking at Fury with this Usyk. We're gonna get into that, but people gonna start looking at Canelo like, bro, why haven't you seen Benavidez yet?
Because he's scared of Mexicans. Because Canelo say he's scared of Mexicans. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, G always gotta go a little bit too far.
He the one who said he don't want to fight no Mexicans.
He didn't say he was scared of Mexicans though.
I don't know.
So G, put money on it.
Huh?
Put money on it.
Put money on what?
Canelo versus Benavidez.
Have faith. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. All right. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. No, for real, subscribe because I look at the numbers we get. People watch. It also shows us like if you've been watching for a while and you haven't subscribed, subscribe. But no pressure. You don't have to. You can keep doing whatever you're doing. You can keep typing our name in if you want, whatever. All right. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Remember, you can check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.